So young men struggle to find their purpose. And interestingly about your purpose is that essentially you'll have one core purpose, one absolute core purpose. You won't know that for probably 20 or 30 years from now. What you'll have is layers outside of that purpose, like a purpose layer that you have to complete. You have to check off to get one step closer to the purpose, like the core purpose. Does that make sense? Imagine like an onion and it's got layers, and the center of the onion is like the height of life that you wanted to complete. But you have to peel back the layers, and each layer is like a stage of your purpose. So for example, my one at first was to essentially teach everything that I could, essentially everything that I went through with dopamine detoxing, with self-improvement, stopping drugs and everything, was to put it onto YouTube. I actually felt myself achieving that purpose to the point that I felt like, yeah, I've actually pulled back the layer. And there was a point when I was honestly considering like, okay, I'm pretty much done with YouTube. Like I've achieved that layer. Then it hit me, okay, I started thinking, okay, what is my mind obsessing about now? And honestly, it was money. It was the idea of like making more money than I like needed so I could provide for my family, provide for myself, and do very, very well in my 20s and my 30s. And so essentially that's what a huge part of my current like purpose layer is, to essentially check off like the financial wealth side of my life. So the way that you kind of find it is that you find what your mind is currently obsessing about, and you really do have to make sure that your mind isn't distracted by the modern day stimulation, because you cannot think of your purpose when you watch this video. And like, it would be awesome if you kept on watching this video for me, right? It would be awesome. But the thing is, you cannot find your purpose while listening to me speak. You can't find your purpose while scrolling on Instagram and TikTok thinking about it. You have to do what this guy's like said he's tried with boredom, where he just kind of sits around. You have to do that for a while. Potentially start reading books and being introspective and writing your thoughts out, and really just think to yourself, what is your mind currently obsessed with? And it might literally just be grades. It might be being a good son. It might be fitness. It'll probably be one of those things. That's essentially what your mind obsesses about, is essentially what your current purpose is, as long as your mind isn't like, you're not distracting your mind with this stimulation. And so a lot of guys who don't know what to do with their life, they break down. And I personally did. I still remember that I called my mum crying. I hadn't seen my family in like a year. I was trying loads of businesses. I called my mum. I literally just burst out crying. So like, I don't know what to do in my life. I was like, I hate my life and everything. I'm not doing anything. I graduated from university. I'm still working shitty jobs and everything. And she just kind of like, I remember thinking like, yo, she's like, she wasn't helpful at all. Like, she just kind of said like, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. Don't worry. Like, it takes some time. Everyone feels that way. And I thought like, that didn't help me at all. Like, just tell me what to do, mum. And then literally a few months later, I realized, yeah, she was absolutely right. Like, you have to suffer. You have to get that feeling of like not knowing what to do and everything. If you're feeling that emotion right now, please trust me that it's a good thing. Like, you should be grateful that you're actually getting this uncomfortable feeling of a lack of direction, because if you're not getting it, that's actually the bigger issue. There's a lot of guys your age who aren't getting this feeling whatsoever. They've distracted themselves so much that it hasn't even come into their mind that they don't have a purpose. So if it's coming into your mind a lot, if this feels like one of your like things that you're struggling with, that you don't know what to do with your life, bro, that's actually fucking fantastic, because that's actually how you find out. Duty, I have confidence right now, even though your name's fucking Duty, I have confidence that you're gonna take control of your life because you had this thought. The people who don't have this thought, life serves them whatever it needs to, whatever like it can. Whereas the people who have this thought take control of the direction of their life. So I'm excited for you.